stop following any units. Let's use this one. Now it won't follow any units anymore. And since it was zoomed very in, let's change it. Let's change it. New one. Cinematics, camera, and let's find it. Reset to default view. Now, never mind that. Or maybe we have to use that after all. Okay. You just have to create new waypoint, top-down view, and create it somewhere where the infantry will be dropped. Let's say here, and I'm gonna name it restore. And now I just go. Where was it again? Restore, reset to default view, waypoint. Restore. It's gonna reset to this place, waypoint, taking 2 seconds. Okay. Now it's gonna go to normal view. Should be smoothly enough. And gonna select OK. Now it's gonna reset as well. Now point is that right now the bomber gonna move the waypoint path here, but this is the end of waypoint path. In other words, it stops here and it gonna just rotate around until it gets new order. So I don't want to stop it here. I want it to go outside of border, so I move it further. Because it's just gonna drop and just gonna move here. No, I think the bomber pilot is just so bored and he wants to go home to his wife and have a dinner with them. So let's just get rid of him. So let's move him outside of border. Now, this is since many people can use Q to select all units, and since the bomber is outside of border, it is still a unit, and he can order it to come out of the outside of border. So I'm gonna delete this unit. I'm gonna create new area around the end of bomber path, and I'm gonna name it delete. Now this area name is delete, and I'm gonna create a new script. New script, screen conditions, and I'm gonna edit the true. And I want the object to when the object is inside this area, then I'm gonna go inside object type. It's about one object, area or path, and named object is inside an area. I wanna do to bomber, and inside delete. Okay. And now if the action is true, I'm gonna edit it. Object type, damage or remove. I don't want to kill it, I want to delete it. I don't want to make any zone that unit lost or crash zone. So I'm gonna just delete this bomber. Object bomber is removed from the world. Okay. Now if the bomber is outside of border, it is inside this area, it cannot delete it himself. So this unit doesn't exist anymore. We don't have to we don't have to have worries about this one anymore. Now we go straight back here. Now point is that these units land. So now we have we want to end that border thing, so that down is black and up is black. That I want to end that. In other words, how was it called again? Letterbox mode. I want to end this, so I'm gonna go when the bomber is inside drop area. Yeah, that one. Then I'm gonna create another one. New. Cinematics, settings, like it was settings in before. Last time we used start letterbox mode, now we choose end letterbox mode, and OK. Now we're gonna end the letterbox mode as well. Now we have pretty nice view, I guess. So the point is that now I want to create that this way that whenever that cinematic starts, player can type anything, he can write anything, he can move his mouse. I just want him to watch it. So I'm gonna go intro beginning when that all thing starts, and I'm gonna go the end. I'm gonna create new. So this one, it is in interface and it is input, and I'm gonna disable input, so he can't use mouse or keyboard. So disable mouse and keyboard input. Okay. Now, and when we go there where the bomber is inside drop area, in other words there, I wanna enable. So the mission has started, the bomber has dropped his infantry, and everything's okay. So let's start with mission, and I'm gonna go down there, create new, and interface, and create, user input, enable. Now he can use his inputs. So let's see. And so this should be it right now for the beginning of intro. Now we have beautiful, the plane just starts. It's around here when we're gonna see it, how it flies. We're gonna see the path, how it follows. And when it is here, then it's gonna drop the infantry and the mission starts. And when it's inside there, it just disappears. So since the infantry can't pass the cliff, there isn't any ramps, then the plane gonna bring them here. So, and I think this is it for now, for the beginning of the scripting. The next tutorial should be about objectives and this kind of stuff, but I think you should understand the basics of the scripting. You see, it is all about like programming. You need condition, and if it is true, then it's gonna happen. And let's just check what's gonna happen inside the game as well, how it looks like. So if something is wrong, we can edit it. Let's go and test it. So you wouldn't surprise, I just mentioned before we go in game that I added few things here, like the beginning, in other words, the starting point of player 1 and player 2. And I set the waypoint as beacon, so there won't be MCV. I made outside of border 2 power plants. One belongs to player 1, another belongs to player 2. And so, because if the player start point is beacon, there won't be MCV. And if there won't be any structures, then the game will end without it's even getting started. And, well, that's it. And I added few units to player 2, so there will be so much more cool intro for you to watch. It's easy thing, so it should be very easy for you to do. So just added few things, and here we are. There are a list of my maps, these are what I made. For example, Technology Theft, most famous one. And since there are 2 players, it should be up here. And there we go, mission. That map what I made. We can see that there is Railroad 3 campaign made minimap, and it's kind of true. There was a ramp, there was just nothing, and the mission start here. In other words, this is player 1 position. We're gonna create next one as easy, and this is player 2, it's computer. I'm gonna click begin. There we go, it's gonna load up. And there we go.
Enemy infiltrator detected.
Why do they always send me the rookies?
Wow,
But still.
it was too perfect for me. And there we have our infantry team, what we used. Perfect team, and they're gonna just run around, and we can see that there are their bases. There are those infantry, what is it, a town. And there we can start our mission, whatever it should be. I'm gonna think out about that in next tutorial. Wow, it actually reaches. And this is it. Perfect. So I just gonna in the end of the video, if I have made any new tutorials, so you should see those tutorials and they should direct link it to them. So there are still a lot of things to tell about scripting, so I make sure that there are more, but this is it for the basics idea, what the tutorial should, what the scripting should be. Thank you for watching, I guess. I really liked that, it was so good, I'm gonna watch it again. Restart.
Enemy infiltrator detected.